Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we have some amazing news for the Kenobi series. We're also going to be talking about the Jedi Fallen Order sequel and more. Before we dive into it my dear friends, as always, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle so that you never miss an upload. But without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's talk some Star Wars news. So as you guys know, the other day, Total Film gave us some new shots for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Well, now we have 2 additional pictures that have been circulating from the same issue. Let's break them down. In this first picture we get Uncle Owen from a different angle, and this is the scene where Reva and the Inquisitors have gathered up the locals to interrogate them on the whereabouts of the Jedi. It's the same scene where the young Jedi Nari, played by Benny Safdie, is hung, as we see in the teaser trailer. I just think it's wonderful to see Joel Edgerton back as young Owen, and it's such a shame we haven't seen any stills of Bonnie Peace as Beru yet, and as I said the other day, we cannot forget just how important these 2 characters are in this story. Of course, in both canon and Legends continuity, Owen played a huge role between the prequels and the original trilogy. In the canon comic Star Wars issue number 15 by Jason Aaron, we see just how strict Owen was with ensuring Kenobi stayed away from Luke. In these so-called interlude issues between story arcs, the beef between the 2 characters was mainly around Owen's desire to keep a Jedi like Obi-Wan as far away from Luke as possible, and in the comics at least, he actually had a point. Obi-Wan was doing a terrible job of keeping himself secret from the world, and I'm just talking about the comics here. He spent his entire life as a Jedi, trying to help and protect people. It's in his blood to stand up for the needy, whether that's watching over Luke, protecting Jawas from Tusken Raiders, or going out of his way to get parts for Luke to repair his Skyhopper. It's just like what the Grand Inquisitor said in the trailer: the Jedi cannot help what they are, their compassion leaves a trail. And as I say, in the comics, Obi-Wan was almost addicted to the thrill of being a Jedi again, but in the upcoming live-action series, I think he's going to be handled differently. He's not taking any risks or any chances, and him leaving Tatooine, as the leaks state, is actually an act of protecting Luke, not hindering him. The leaks do state that Owen is going to have an underlying anger towards Obi-Wan for what he represents and for what happened to Anakin, or at least what Owen thinks happened to Anakin, which is not the full story. But I think Obi-Wan is going to be more discreet, and as we know, he is not going to linger on Tatooine. He has one big task, and that is to save a captured Leia, which will take him to Daiyu and then Jabim. And so onto our next image, we see Obi-Wan close up in his cave. By the time of A New Hope, Obi-Wan is going to have a hut, but in the meantime, in the first 10 years of his exile, he is living in a cave. Now, speaking of this image, I've seen quite a few fans speculate that this could be at the end of the show, where it's rumoured that Qui-Gon is finally going to appear to him as a fully fledged Force ghost. And I will admit, if you look really closely, you can see a slight blue glow in his eyes, but I love the way they've described him as, quote, the Lost Jedi. A bit of a play on words and comparison with The Last Jedi much later in the timeline, where Luke is also going to find himself alone and hopeless. And I know some fans are going to hate the fact they've made this parallel, but this correlation is somewhat appropriate. At this point, my dear friends, I'm just aching for the show to drop. We're just 28 days away. Super exciting stuff. Now, we do have a bit more Kenobi news from Star Wars Newsnet, but I will say their article is a rehash of a leak that Jason from Making Star Wars put out a while ago, and this is in reference to Princess Leia's pocket droid, Lola. Now, Star Wars Newsnet's claim is that this droid is going to be the next adorable Star Wars character. Their headline is, exclusive, look out Grogu, Obi-Wan Kenobi to introduce the next adorable Star Wars character. Let's dive into what they said. A month ago, we revealed that Forlom, the bounty hunter first seen in The Empire Strikes Back, will make an appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now we've learned about yet another character from the show who is completely new, and from the sounds of it, might win over the hearts of fans with its cuteness. They say Obi-Wan will have an important mission, rescuing none other than 10-year-old Leia Organa, and this new character, this new droid, is going to be closely connected to Leia in the series, and they've learned this character is also Leia's flying droid companion, designed to protect her. Now, on the droid's appearance, this droid is a drone, and it was designed, of course, with the intention to sell toys, one of the next big Star Wars cute characters. Now, interestingly enough, Star Wars Newsnet were told that Leia's new droid is based on a character revealed in 1987 in a movie produced by Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy called Batteries Not Included. To be honest guys, I'm here for all of it. I can't wait to see what this series has to offer, especially knowing we're probably going to be taken back to Alderaan. What a beautiful planet that was before it got obliterated by the Empire. And who would say no to more of the Organas? I've always said that Bail Organa is one of the most important characters in all of Star Wars, and yet he is so underrated. So it'll be great to see more of Jimmy Smits in this series and hopefully in Star Wars Andor as well. And so finally, my dear friends, a great update for Jedi Fallen Order the sequel. In yesterday's video, I did a full breakdown of the schedule for Star Wars Celebration, and I mentioned that it's such a shame there is nothing on there for Fallen Order 2, but I did bring up the fact that it's rumoured we are still going to get an announcement by then. Well, according to renowned leaker Jeff Grubb, the Fallen Order sequel is coming in 2023. Not only that, but he says it is going to be announced next month at Star Wars Celebration, but there is no panel for it. It's going to be something of a surprise, at least that's what he's saying. While it wasn't announced in the full roster, there could be a panel dedicated to Star Wars video games, and that's where it will be announced, as well as maybe getting a teaser trailer. And as I said yesterday, it is going to be for next-gen consoles only. That game is going to explode, it's going to be super popular and I can't wait for it. But go check out my video from yesterday if you've not done so. I break down all of the massive highlights from Star Wars Celebration next month. From The Mandalorian to the Book of Boba Fett, The Bad Batch and more, there is so many things to look forward to. And of course before then, in just 5 days time, it's May the 4th, Star Wars Day. It is expected that we're getting a Book of Boba Fett Disney gallery, but fingers crossed, we also get a final trailer for the Kenobi show. So much is depending on the success of this series, and while it's so exciting for many of us, you kind of get a sense that some fans are very nervous, and I do understand that. This is a show that involves some of the biggest legacy characters in the franchise. I'm personally super optimistic based on everything that's been reported and leaked, and I'm riding this hype train until May the 27th, so if you're pumped, make sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up. And if you want more videos that you can't find here on YouTube, then please be sure to go and check out my Patreon page. The link is down there in the description. But until the next one, guys, have an amazing day, no matter where you are in the galaxy. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.